Okay, again you have a definition here. This is by David Crystal. According to David Crystal, pragmatic deals with the factors that manages the language for what we want to choose within the pool of language that could satisfy whenever it is used within a social interaction and its effects on others. Therefore, the factors of pragmatics that affect on our selection of grammatical construction are S-sound pattern and the meaning which we are producing by presenting the vocabularies to the intended procedure as a way to communicate. Therefore, the study of pragmatics tries to investigate the meaning of words that people use within their social situations and choice of the words in a context. According to David Crystal is a very popular name in the field of linguistics, and he's a living linguistics. He is in his late 70s, and if you type his name or means if you Google his name, then you can have videos by David Crystal. Yeah, he's a very renowned living linguist. Yeah, a living legend, you may say. He speaks very well, and he's thorough with the fields of linguistics, especially pragmatics. You may have a video, you may have his speech on pragmatics, his lecture on pragmatics. According to David Crystal, pragmatics deals with the factors that manages the language for what we want to choose within the pool of language that could satisfy whenever it is used within a social interaction and its effect on others. Now, like we have access to vocabulary, we have so many words there in our mind, and we use those words according to the social situation and according to the purpose that we have in our mind, and our words serve the intended purpose because we frame our words in a certain way and we express them in a specific way so that they are rightly understood by our listeners or the interlocutors involved in the discourse. So this is what Crystal is trying to make us this point home. Pragmatics deals with the factors that manages the language, controls the language for what we want to choose. Means this is up to us. What we want to choose within the pool of language. Within the pool of language means you have the vast vocabulary available to you. So you can use according to the way you like. That could satisfy whenever it is said, whenever it is used within a social interaction, social circle, as it affects on others, and its effects on others, and its impact on others. So your words have an impact on others, on the listeners, on the interlocutors. Sometimes you may have the same same purpose, same intention being fulfilled, the way you want to express yourself, the way you want to be interpreted by the audiences or by the listeners, but it's not always so. Sometimes you convey something, but you are not, say, understood the way you want yourself to be understood, the way you want yourself to be interpreted. It is all because of the background knowledge that the listeners carry in their minds. But here he's talking about something different. He says that you have access to vocabulary, and you have access to the vast knowledge that you have of the sentences, of the language, and through your language, through your utterances, you can achieve the desired purpose. You can have an impact on the interlocutors and the listeners. Therefore, the factors of pragmatics that affect on our selection of grammatical construction are a sound pattern. Yeah, and you know, when we speak, it all depends on us, the way we construct our sentences. We do not always construct our sentences grammatically. Therefore, the factors of pragmatics that affect on our selection, of words and selection of grammatical construction are a sound pattern. Because words have sounds. So you know, and the way we want to be interpreted by our listeners will be using those words, and the meaning which we are producing by presenting the vocabularies through the intended procedure as a way to communicate. But by presenting the vocabularies means the choice of words through the intended procedure, the purpose that we have in our mind as a way to communicate, as a way to express ourselves. So this is what. To conclude, it can be said the study of pragmatics tries to examine the meaning of words, the contextual meaning of words, the associative meaning of words, the hidden meaning of words that people use within their social situations, within their social context, and choice of the words in a context, and the words that you choose in a specific context, in a particular context, in a social context. The study of pragmatics tries to investigate the meanings of words that people use within their social situations and choice of the words in a context. Now we come to the scope of pragmatics and linguistics. The scope means the area of pragmatics. In fact, you know, while we were talking about the branches a little while ago, we were talking about the scope of pragmatics and linguistics. Pragmatics deals with meaning, and it involves a fundamental approach to view meaning and its relationship with reality. The utterance is described as a physical and clear unit of meaning that gives information through words, structure of the sentences, location of the conversation, body gestures in order to convey the meaning. Pragmatics studies language usage, especially how context influences the interpretation of utterances. The same sentences can be used to do different things in different situations. For example, look at the following phrases and sentences when the suggestive meaning is more important than the literal meaning. Okay, we shall go through those examples after this slide. Let us reread what they're trying to say. Pragmatics deals with the meaning. So here they are talking about scope. That means they are talking about the area that means what pragmatics is concerned with. What does it investigate? What does it deal with? What does it study? What does it examine? Pragmatics deals with meaning. This is important. Yes, it does deal with meaning, but it doesn't deal with the conceptual meaning. It deals with the contextual meaning, and it involves a fundamental approach to view meaning and its relationship with reality, and what relationship that meaning has, that contextual meaning has with reality. With reality means with the literal meaning, because there is a relationship between semantic and pragmatics. Semantics gives you the real meaning, the literal meaning, the conceptual meaning, and it has a relationship with the suggested meaning, the hidden meaning, the contextual meaning, the associative meaning. So pragmatics deals with that relationship, deals with the meaning, and it involves the fundamental approach to view meaning and its relationship with reality. The utterance is described as a physical and clear unit of meaning. Here they are defining the word utterance is defined. The utterance is described as a physical and clear unit of meaning that gives information through words, structure of the sentence, location of the conversation. Yes, you know, like whenever you have the word utterance, utter means to speak, and utterance, you know, are those sentences which you have already spoken, which you have used for communicating. something, utterances. The actual sentence, the spoken sentence, okay, the practical sentences that you have already made use of, the utterances, or that you make use of while you communicate. The utterances describes the physical and clear unit of meaning that gives information. And what does it give? It gives us information. How? Through words, through sentences. That means structure, through the syntactic structure of the sentence. Location of the conversation. Where is the conversation going on? Which is the place of conversation, the discourse, whether it is your office or your home or some public place. Body gestures in order to convey the meaning. Body gestures in order to convey the meaning. So these are all very important, you know. Again, here what they're trying to say, they are saying that the context is important. The utterance is described as the physical and clear unit of meaning that gives information through words. Here they are talking about scope of pragmatics. The scope of pragmatics includes your utterances. And what are utterances? Utterances are in fact words, the structure of the sentences, syntactical arrangement of words, the social context, the place of conversation, your body gestures, your body language in order to convey the meaning. They all make the study of pragmatics. They are all studied under pragmatics. So that is why they are about the scope of pragmatics. Pragmatics studies language usage, especially how context influences the interpretation of utterances. Over and over again, like you are talked about, you are told utterances, you are talked about social context, you are talked about body gestures, you are talked about words and the use of words and the structure of your sentences. So this is what pragmatics is. Pragmatics studies language usage. Language usage, that means your utterances, the way you use it, the practical use of language. You have grammatical use and you have practical use. Grammatical use you have in your books, okay. Especially while you write, you make a practical use of you make a grammatical use of language. But while you speak, you make a practical use of language. Your utterances are a practical use of language. So here pragmatics is concerned with the utterances. Pragmatics studies language usage. The same sentence can be used to do different things in different situations. Same sentences, same signs, same words can be used to have a different impact in different social conditions, in different social situations. For example, yes, now we shall see the examples. Look at the following phrases and sentences with the suggestive meaning. You know what is suggestive meaning? Suggestive meaning is the meaning which is not directly expressed but suggested, like which you do not have in the grammatical arrangement of words or in the syntactical arrangement of words, but it is beyond that semantic arrangement of words. It is hidden, it is suggested, it is inferred. For example, look at the, yes, we shall now see the examples where you have the suggestive meaning. Yeah, this is very interesting. And see, baby sale. Now this you notice, this is a very common caption that you notice on showrooms: baby sale, or say men's sale, women's sale, ladies sale, toddlers sale. Baby sale. Now baby sale, baby is subject and sale is verb. Now literally it would mean that babies are sold there. Babies are sold in that store, but babies are not sold in the store. Rather, one can shop baby items there. You can have babies garments, outfits, babies items like baby shoes, babies clothes, so and so forth. This is what it means, baby sale. But you know, if you go by the literal meaning of it, then it would look very weird, very absurd. What is it? Baby sale? Are babies being sold there in that store? Oh my God. How people are so indifferent, so careless, and so stone-hearted that they sell their babies to stores, and stores are selling the babies. This would appear, but this is not the case. Let's not be swayed away by emotions by seeing the literal caption. Now, we can read beyond this literal caption. We can read beyond this syntactical arrangement of words, the two words baby sale. Why? Because we know through our knowledge, through our understanding, and through our social scenario, and through our knowledge of the world that we live in, that babies aren't sold, rather babies outfits are sold there, babies items are sold there in the store. So baby sale. Here the suggested meaning is important. Literal meaning is, in fact, literal meaning is baseless. It's absurd, weird, awkward. It's meaningless. Baby sale. If you say baby sale, then it makes no sense. It makes sense only when you interpret this caption beyond it, beyond the literal words. Okay, let's move on further. Now, top 10 best places to eat in the city. Top 10 best places to eat. Do we eat places? Do we eat restaurants? Do we eat hotels? Do we eat houses? Do we eat monuments? Do we eat buildings? Now, literally, it would mean that only top 10 best places to eat. Places to eat. As though places are available to devour, to eat in the city. But that's not the case. Places are not to be eaten, but the places where the best food is available is suggested in the advertisement. What is being suggested? That these are the best hotels where you can find the best food in the city. This is what the caption means. So if you go by the literal meaning, then it makes no sense. It sounds funny. Although it's not funny, it's a good advertisement, a very catchy one that way. Top 10 best places to eat in the city. Okay. Now, neighbors envy, owners pride. Remember the ad which you watched, say, some 3 decades ago? Oneida television, neighbors envy, owners pride. Don't just envy the Oneida, buy it. Now, these are only 4 words, but they convey a lot of meaning. Neighbors envy. Neighbors envy, as long as you do not possess Oneida TV, you are going to envy the owner. You are going to envy the possessors, people who possess Oneida television. And it's a matter of pride for owners. Why? Because they have Oneida TV. They do not envy. So that's why they say don't just envy. Don't envy the Oneida TV. Buy it. Once you buy it, then you will have pride. You can feel pride as others do. The owners do. Neighbors envy, owners pride. So the words, they are just 4 words. Neighbors envy, owners pride, but they carry a very deep meaning. And the ad is also very impressive. It's a very impressive ad. One of the best ads, you must say, of that time. This ad was there in 1980s.